bailar arriba de esa tarima, con esas bailadoras que vuelan con cada rima, con esas bailadoras que vuelan con cada rima.
As soon as we arrived in Mexico City from the airport, we checked into our Airbnb right in the heart of Roma Norte, dropped off our bags, and left straight out to get some tacos as our first meal in Mexico City. About a 3-minute walk from our stay was Tacos del Valle. It took us around 30 minutes from the line to our seat, but the time went fast as we enjoyed the night scenery and aroma of the tacos.
En la Sierra Morena, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando.
The horchata and tamarind juice were not watered down and got our taste buds ready for our tacos. It may have been also that we were pretty hungry, but the tacos exceeded our expectations. You can add toppings to your liking and customize your own tacos. We ordered 2 plates of mixed tacos and some flautas con queso.
Cielito lindo junto a la boca, no se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo que a mí me toca. Ese lunar.
They made the tortillas fresh, giving the tacos that extra soft and juicy texture. Making our first night our own mini taco tour, we went to Tacos Atarantados. While you can book a taco tour, we didn't find it necessary as we wanted to explore them on our own and on our own pace. The next morning, we met with our tour guide at Panderia Rosetta around 7 a.m. The city in the early morning was peaceful, but the weather was cold.
they packed it with this. We got cardamom and what they call it, guava, because that was the top rated on the Google Maps. Guava.
The guava pastry was my personal favorite. It had the texture of a croissant with a sweet, jammy center.
Let me try it. It's nice. Wow. Crunchy. I thought it would be warm, but it's kind of cold though. But I can taste it. Cardamom is super strong.
The cardamom pastry was good as well, but for us, the flavor was strong. It reminded me of Indian masala chai. The worker also recommended us this cold drink. It's called tepache, not too sweet and the perfect combination of flavors. Now we were headed off to our first destination of our tour, Teotihuacan.
So people use it to commute. People that live outside the city commute into the city. They hop off here at the edge of the city and then they transfer to the subway or the metro bus. Construction looks different. We're gonna lose the art deco, the bow, any style you can think of. They're like more rudimentary construction.
Before we knew it, we arrived at our destination, following around a guide and learning about the history of Teotihuacan.
Every step we take more central to Tabasco, we're going to find important archaeological sites.
Early in the morning, the atmosphere was colder than we expected, but as the time passed, the temperature rose high. Making our way towards the moon temple, we can hear the sounds of vendors playing ocarinas that mimic the sounds of animals.
You're gonna burn off all those calories.
It's like the length of my leg.
You okay?
Yeah. It's the sun temple right there. The steps were very steep, especially if you are shorter in height. But if you are able to climb up the stairs, the view at the top is worth it.
We built there and it's gonna have that design, heights, dimensions. Because as we can see from here to the
We made our way towards the Sun Temple, and although we were unable to climb it, we were still able to admire the structure from close up.
This is where archaeology started, guys.
Soon after, we drove a few minutes to a housing area, where we were able to see murals that were preserved in a very good
On
state.
the side of the doors we have
And for the last stop of our trip, we were given 30 minutes of free time to walk around the Temple of the Feathered Serpent. Right across the street from my drop-off was a shop for churros. We ordered the classic churros, horchata, and jamaica. Although the churros were decent, the drinks definitely tasted watered down, especially the horchata when comparing to the horchata from Tacos del Valle. After our quick snack, we decided to walk around the city for the rest of the day and grab our early dinner at La Casa de Toño. Less than a minute away from the restaurant was a market with small shops where you can buy gifts and souvenirs. Early morning the next day, we got picked up by our tour guide around 5:40 a.m., headed for Tolatongo. Stopped by a hotel on the way to get some breakfast buffet before arriving to our destination. There are two sections of pools, one before the security, which seem to be for if you want to have drinks and food nearby, and another one after security, where you cannot bring any foods or drinks. The weather in the morning was very cold. If you want a pool with warmer temperatures, stay in the higher pools. The lower pools have colder water. At the pools, they only accept cash, so make sure to bring enough. After spending some time at the pools, we took a shuttle service to the thermal tunnels and cave. The cave was very hot and humid inside. I wouldn't recommend entering for those who have difficulty breathing. The pathway also gets pretty rough to walk around, so please be cautious when walking inside, and always wear your water shoes. We were not allowed to stay inside for long. They kept us moving along once we reached the end. I would say making my way out was more difficult than entering. You need to make sure to grab onto the sides and rope to maintain balance. It wasn't easy to record. Finally, it was lunchtime. We had some Aztec soup and cactus platter. Spent a little more time around the river before washing up and making our way back home. Unlike many other tours we have been in different countries, this tour didn't make any unnecessary stops. The stops we did make were all perfect, especially the last stop before arriving back to Mexico City. These delicious little treats are called pasties. They are being made and baked on the spot, a perfect treat to call it a day. Dropped off in Mexico City, we made our way back to our Airbnb. After dropping off our wet clothes, we decided to grab some tacos at Taqueria Orinoco, which is only a 5-minute walk away from our stay. Waking up from a good night's rest, we made our way to get some breakfast. But the perfect touch to our morning walk was the greenery all around us, making us feel connected to nature. We ordered the horchata nut and peanut marzipan coffee specialties, their cute conchas, and some egg dishes. While their coffee and breakfast dishes were delicious, I would say the conchas were mostly just cute. Our next destination was Chapultepec Castle and the Anthropology Museum. The surrounding park had vendors with affordable prices for souvenirs.
Oh, it's good, right?
Black?
Black one.
The black looks nice.
Black or green? Black is better. Black or green?
Tengo el otro.
Do you like that one?
I like it.
Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico.
Tengo esta.
Nice hat. Turn around. Mexico.
Let's go to the store now.
After some time walking around the castle, it was now time to visit the Anthropology Museum. We were excited to learn about Mexico's history. We spent hours admiring the artifacts that we almost ran out of time for the highlight of our night. But first, we had to make a quick stop to our Airbnb to drop off our camera equipment. Getting ready for our Lucha Libre show, we got some drinks and snacks before sitting down. You can get them beforehand, otherwise there are staff members that will walk around offering drinks and snacks throughout. After screaming our lungs out during the Lucha Libre match, we grabbed dinner at Santo Habanero while reminiscing the adrenaline we just experienced. For our last morning in Mexico City, we started off our day at Bobo Burgers and Cafe with smoothies, one ginormous pancake, and some chilaquiles. Our mission for today was to walk around the art market to buy some souvenirs for ourselves, friends, and family.
Start from there. From there.
This market was bigger than we expected, and it felt like a maze walking around. For the rest of the day, we decided to walk around the area of central Mexico City. Wrapping up our trip, we got our last tacos, packed up our bags, and headed off to Cancun.